Hi, this is my presentation on sustainability accounting by Alexander McDonald. Why and why squared? I believe sustainability accounting will be on par with AI as far as impacting accounting in the future. Due to global concerns about global warming, sustainability, and industry impact on Mother Earth, sustainability accounting is the only move we have as stakeholders to keep big business accountable for their impact on the planet. I personally chose this topic because I feel a need to specialize my offerings as a professional to stay competitive in the accounting industry and see sustainability accounting as the route aligning best with industry standards and projections thus far. What it is and why it's important. Sustainable development that meets our needs today without compromising the needs of those in the future is the fundamental definition of sustainability. While we can trace the origins of sustainability accounting back to the 1970s, only in the last decade has the concept gained any traction. The origins, Sustainability Reporting Guidelines at the World Summit on Sustainable Development in August 2002, and today stakeholders demand information on the environment and social impacts of entities' operations, 2020. Hence, the requirement of reports on environmental, social, and governance factors. In 2021, at COP26, IFRS Foundation announced the creation of the International Sustainability Standards Board, the ISSB. The ISSB will deliver a comprehensive global baseline of sustainability-related disclosure standards. In March of 2022, ISSB published a draft climate standard and a draft general requirement standard. As of February 2023, the ISSB, its financial decisions on technical content initial standards, S1 and S2, can be adopted as of January 1st, 2024. The current state of sustainability accounting. CPA Canada is a committed supporter of global sustainability standards and hosted the first annual ESG Symposium in June 2022. Canada is hosting an ISSB Centre in Montreal, Quebec, to coordinate for the Americas. The last ISSB meeting took place in Montreal in February 2023. While guidelines are good in any market, especially the complicated new markets, predators are lurking, waiting to take advantage of the gray areas between legislation and interpretation. This is the shady side of ESG and why we need professionals to account for everything companies can create. Companies can create carbon credits from legitimate sources such as less emissions than allocated, or from hypothetical scenarios like this. I start a company, Alexander's Forest Harvesters. I move a bulldozer alongside a parcel of swampland I purchased for a minimal outlay of cash. Then I say, I will not clear this forest like I planned, so please calculate the carbon credits I am due for not clearing this forest. Then I am issued carbon credits for a tract of land that was useless to me to begin with. Now you can see why we need sustainability assurance guidelines as well as reporting guidelines. Current state continued. In 2024, the IFRS set voluntary standards to follow for sustainability accounting. In 2025, the standards made their way into the CPA handbook. These are the first standards that have been introduced as a ground-up initiative as opposed to a top-down initiative. These initiatives were mainly born out of the climate standards set in Kyoto Protocols of 1997 and the Paris Agreement of 2015. While the standards are optional at the present time, we can be sure they will soon be enforced. Impacts on the future of the CPA profession. I believe there will be much turmoil to sort through before there are justifiable figures reported across the board. As with anything new, opportunities exist to take advantage of the system while regulatory bodies are finding their enforceable footing. In the long run, this new aspect of governance will have the largest impact on accountants who are designated responsible to account for the sustainable, environmental, social, and governance aspects of their related firms. The real issue, I feel, will be in the assurance aspect of the claims made by industry. We can already see the cracks in the proverbial armor, but where does it begin and where does it end in proving your entity is doing more good than harm to the environment? I foresee major opportunities in the field of assurance for ESG standards. Evidence. I believe the evidence is clear as to the implementation and regulation of sustainability accounting and ESG regulations in the introduction of IFRS S1 and S2 in January 2024. While these initiatives were introduced as voluntary, it is only a matter of time before they become mandatory. Aside from this obvious observation, the major firms in Canada are all ahead of the game and dedicating focus to sustainability reporting. One Google search will unfold a wealth of specialists and course offerings in sustainability reporting. The major firms will soon have departments dedicated to the new wave of accountability, and anyone who doesn't conform will be left in the dust. In conclusion, sustainability reporting is the new norm. Companies must adapt or die. While it represents an enormous burden to accountants, it also represents an enormous opportunity. The future has been creeping up on us. If we don't adopt better practices, more accountability, and hold each other accountable, life on this planet as we know it will cease to exist. We need to be aware of and stop greenwashing. We need to shop smarter and vote for industry leaders with every purchase and every dollar going forward. Thank you, and for any references, see my last slide.